pause this music and switch the scene. Okay guys, welcome back to the War is Coming Grand Finals, the Tyrant Wars 3, the Clash of the Tyrants. We're here with game number 6 on Desert Fox. And, well, so far the score is 3-2, and the Warlords are bringing it back. Maybe they're going to bring it all the way to 3-3 if they win this game. And I'm sure plenty of people are rooting for them. People like to root for the underdog, and so far the Warlords definitely have been the underdogs. So personally, I would like to see the Warlords get a victory. It would be nice to see that, especially as well because the Warlords, generally speaking, tend to be a little bit less inclined to do the mine sling. But then again, up to the north of the map here in the orange for the Tyrant Warlords, we've got Bagiofro, and he's playing as the mines. What a surprise. And to the right of him, in the grey, we've got Riot, and he's playing for the Warlords as well. Bagiofro's teammate, and he's playing as the Aztecs. Mayans and Aztecs. The thing is, right, well, it's the same civs every game and the same strategy every game. I almost feel like I've run out of things to say because it's just the same every time. And it's just so disappointing. This is supposed to be the best and biggest event in Age of Empires history, and I can't help but feel disappointed at the moment, because it's the same every single game. It's the Aztecs and the Mayans get the sling. Down to the south of the map, in the red, we've got, for the Tyrant Legends, Doubt, and he's playing as the Mayans. And to his left, in the blue, playing as the Aztecs, is Jordan23. Once again, the map is Desert Fox, and this map, again, we've not seen in the War is Coming event at all, which is nice. I like this map. It looks pretty damn cool. It's a little bit like Arabia, only you may notice there is no hills, and nothing at all in terms of hill. There are standard resources from what I can tell. The wood pretty patchy, a little bit awkward to wall up, but nothing too major. If you want to wall, you can wall, and I assume in this game we're going to see a double drush from both teams again, and after that they'll wall it up, because when you drush you buy yourself time, and whoever is the loser of the drush has a more difficult time walling. So obviously once you've won the drush, you get your walls up, you prevent the other team from walling, and then the Aztecs fall back and sling the Mayans. Then the Mayans go up to the Castle Age, they put down a castle, and then they make plumed archers, and then they go up to the Imperial Age in about 20 minutes, and then once they're Imperial, they'll probably have another castle up, they'll probably work on the third castle, then after that, they'll do the elite plumed archer upgrade, and then they'll do all the upgrades on the plumed archers whilst working on doing siege ram, and get really aggressive with a couple of trebs to bring down the enemy castles. It's pretty much how this game's going to go, I reckon. Maybe we'll see the Mayans going for Eagle Warriors again. We did just see Bagiofro get slung in the last game by Slam, and he went for Eagle Warriors and it worked, so maybe he's going to be tempted to do the same. This time Riot is playing as the Aztecs, so perhaps this time Riot's going to sling Bagiofro. We'll find out, all in good time. But I guess it all depends whether they can wall, and it makes it, it begs the question: if the game had no walls, if Age of Empires had no walls, if these guys played on the Forgotten Empires, where walling costs more and it's nerfed to take longer, takes 3 seconds rather than 2, and 5 seconds instead of 3, I believe, would that make it different? Would that change things around? And I think it would. But I might be wrong. Doubt here, attempting to steal Riot's boar. Riot just unknowingly preventing that steal from happening. If Doubt had been a few seconds earlier, that could have been a very different story altogether. Riot going to grab that boar there safe and sound, and from what I can tell, there's no other boar stealing going on at the moment. Doubt bringing in his second now, same for Bagiofro, and that means 2 boar have been taken for everyone. Jordan23 taking his 2 boar very, very quickly, actually, I believe, unless I missed it. No, yeah, he's taking his 2 boar very quickly here. Both board down, and Jordan23, of course, going to be looking for that barracks any second now with this villager out here, his rogue villager, building that out on the front. Going to be looking to wall his villager in as well to prevent it from being cut down by an eagle warrior or something like that. Barracks are going up And those 5 militia are going to be coming out very, very soon. Same for Riot, same for Bagiofro, and the same for Doubt as well. So as predicted, we will see all 4 players doing a drush, all 4 players trying to prevent the other team from walling. It's pretty much how it goes. And like I say, like if the other team couldn't wall, if the other team had no walls, or if the other team could only wall but in half the time, so it would be much more difficult to do, would that mean that we would see a more aggressive drush? Would we see the Aztecs upgrade to man-at-arms more often? Would we maybe see the Aztecs, fast feudal instead, and just try and defend the drush before pushing out for a full feudal aggression? The reason players can't fast feudal here is because even if they fast feudal and wall their villages in, and stop the drush from doing any damage, they've lost map control. And as soon as they lose the map control, the other person's going to wall it up. So, I just wish this event was in the Forgotten Empires. It is, in my opinion, far superior. Just because of the balance changes. Some of the balance changes some people don't agree with, but on the whole, I think the balance changes are great. And the very fact that the walling is nerfed, the very fact that infantry is buffed a little bit, the very fact that fire shifts are buffed, it's everything that I would like. Obviously, I'm not the entire Age of Empires community. A lot of people out there who wouldn't like those changes. Mostly the pros who have got very stuck in a rut of building the same build orders that they've done for the last 15 years. But it would be nice to see Forgotten Empires played more widely. And, I've tried to organize some events in the past involving the Forgotten Empires, but getting these guys to play it, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. So Doubt's on the way out with his militia here. And, of course, he's going to go straight to that deer patch on the right-hand side. And he's going to go and lame those deer. Don't blame him. Getting a quick deer kill there. Nicely done. And going to push Riot away from the deer patch as well. Riot's militia are going to head out towards Doubt here. They're not even bothered. They don't even care. They're like, oh no, my deer are being killed on the right side. My villagers are having to run for their lives back towards the TC. Heaven forbid I send my units to help. No. I'm just going to do the same back to Doubt. Of course, he's going to come down here. He's probably going to be able to deny Doubt's... Oh dear. Get a villager kill with his Eagle Warrior. Nicely done. And there's 5 militia are now coming in, where, of course, they could be a lot more potent. 5 militia, a lot more potent than 3, and it totally does make a lot of sense for him to just head straight out on the counter-attack. Meanwhile, we've got villagers coming forwards from Bagiofro. No way! Bagiofro just did the man-at-arms upgrade. And he's even going forwards with villagers. What is this? Bagiofro playing a forward. This is like the first forward play aggression we've seen of the grand finals. I don't believe it. That's awesome. And Riot on this left side now, getting aggressive against Doubt. This could be the game that the Tyrant Warlords need. Doubt there losing a villager. That's a second villager in about 3 minutes. Good stuff. And look at that. Riot's coming forwards with villagers as well. They're going to try and get super aggressive. Stop these guys from walling up. And it could be huge if they pull it off. Problem is, 5 militia versus 3 man-at-arms. Pretty difficult for Bagiofro to win this fight. And if he loses this fight, he will lose this archery range as well. Jordan 23 bringing in as many villagers as he can here to try and win this fight. And Bagiofro sending over more man-at-arms. This is great. This is what we want to see. This is glorious. But Jordan 23 quickly moving in to wall up this palisade wall. Wall up this archery range, rather. Just wall up his palisade wall. Just, a piece of palisade with palisade around it. With more palisade. But Bagiofro bringing in archers now. He has to stop this from getting walled up at all costs. He's got to have killed a couple of villagers from Jordan now. This one here really low on health. But Jordan's getting this wall and building a counter archery range. It's not really a counter archery range, but building an archery range as well over here. Tower up from Riot. Man-at-arms from Riot as well. Fantastic stuff. These guys breaking the meta so hard. Bagiofro here with his second archery range on the front. Good stuff. And he's got a really big advantage here. You see, guys, you don't have to drush fast castle every time. Forward aggression, it's the way. It's the out-of-the-box thinking that gets you a win, maybe. I'm not calling it yet. I'm just saying. It might do. Bagiofro, though, Got these archers out, that's great. But Jordan 23 quickly on the counter with these skirmishers here. And that's great to see. A couple of archery ranges, though, from Bacton. Badgerfro here should totally just keep adding man-at-arms. I know they're expensive, but let's think about it this way. If you were going to go up to the feudal age as the Huns or the Mongols and make scouts, make man-at-arms anyway. They're going to counter the skirms pretty well. Make some skirms of your own. That'll be good too. Get fletching a little earlier. That'll make a big difference. Meanwhile, Riot's going ham on Doubt over here. Doubt's on 34 population. About to lose yet another villager. Down she goes as she runs towards the TC. And Doubt's scrambling here to get up these archers as fast as possible to push this away. Archers typically do counter man-at-arms really well. And, you know, the fact that they can outpace them, the fact that they can, you know, hit and run tactics, it's really good. And archers here going to be a great counter to this kind of build. But we've also got Riot making those archers as well. Double archery ranges. It's like these guys have remembered how to play the game, and I like it. So, more archery ranges from Badger for that forward blacksmith as well. Wow. When I say something and it comes out wrong, it's just so, it's like blah 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 blah. I don't know what I'm saying. Doubt, bringing the archers though. Riot really needs to bring his archers forwards now and keep that pressure on. Badgerfro could probably keep these men-at-arms coming out as well, but Badgerfro there looks like he lost his villager, and Jordan 23 going to do everything he can to wall this archery range up. He's already denied this blacksmith, and that forward play from Badgerfro there is ending with a very, very sad, lonely archery range that cannot escape the walls. And look at that, Jordan 23 walling up this left one as well. And it's a shame. It's a shame for Badgerfro, because that could have been huge if he'd have kept that forward alive. If he'd have kept it going, it would have been awesome. But for Badgerfro now, he's missing that blacksmith. He's having to rebuild it back at home. That's another 150 wood. He's lost both of his archery ranges. And, you know, that's another 175 wood each. It's a lot of resources lost here. And he's got to fall back. He's got to wall it up. And he has to now play defensive. And that's acceptable. That's okay. You know, he played this forward aggression. Yeah, he couldn't keep it alive. It eventually died. Now it's okay to fall back on wall, you know, that's fine. That's completely understandable. Riot, however, still trying to do what he can over here, keeping Doubt on his toes with his man-at-arms, giving him the runaround, and even chopping Doubt's wood as well. Riot here, a few archers on the front, not a huge number, and he's on the way up to the castle age. Nice aggression from him into a fastish castle, and he's going to be up pretty quick. A little bit faster than Doubt. Pardon me. Doubt's still on the way up to the castle age as well. And then, of course, we're going to see that crossbow upgrade. And that's when we may see some, you know, Siege Workshops, Mangonels, stuff along that line. So I didn't get a random yawn in the middle of a sentence. It's not good. Badgerfro, a couple of skirms over this left side. Not amazing for him, though. You know, he's going to do what he can to wall this up now. And I think, you know, aiming to get up to the castle age pretty quick. He did make quite a few men-at-arms. That definitely cost him. But he's still got forward villagers. And, you know, the forward never dies. For Badgerfro, he has not given up. He has not given up with this forward. He's going to keep it going at all costs. He's still got enough for a tower, so a tower could be good. What's his line of sight saying? Well, he sees this wood line here. Unfortunately, looks like Jordan 23 is going to spot him out because he's going to run straight towards it. And that could be game over for Badgerfro if he gets spotted here. Meanwhile, Jordan 23 heading over to Riot there. Riot, as we know, up to the castle age though, so he's going to be stepping back on the gas now with his production of archers. And there's Jordan 23's woodcutters. Badgerfro sees that. He's going to come around the back, but that's too far for a tower. A tower here is not going to reach. He's got to do it here. Going to be tough. At the back of the map, Riot's going to be 2v1. He is castle though. And we no doubt it's going to be castle in a second, but 2v1, not so good. Jordan 23 going to be sending those archers over. Of course, crossbow going to be done any second for Riot now. Those archers could pick off a villager or two, though, on the gold here. Now there's the tower from Badgerfro. Jordan 23 is going to spot it out. If he rushes that down with his villagers, that's going to be fine. Jordan also bringing over some skirms as well. And that's good. Skirms against crossbows, once they've got fletching, that's good. That's decent. They got a good chance of fighting that head on, especially if he goes in with Doubt here. Doubt going to have his crossbows, and he's going to hit Riot's wood line. Uh-oh, Riot going to lose a lot of villagers back here. And this is where this map can get pretty nasty. Riot's map, he had the choice of either taking wood on the front, which is never advisable, or taking wood on the back. And now he's so far from his TC that Doubt going to get a bunch of villager kills back there, and that's really going to hurt Riot's little advantage that he had going up to the castle age there. Riot still has more villager population though, and he's still looking for some more aggression. But look at that, Jordan 23 on the left side, a lot of archers over here, a bunch of skirms as well, and he is still on the prowl, still looking for some kills, and he's on the way up to the castle age as well now. Bad Geoffro, still feudal, and like I said, he does not want that forward to die. Forward will never die. He's going to resort to walling up Jordan 23's resources here. And that tower on the left side did not work out. 2 villagers down. Jordan going to finish them off with his own villagers there. Those women, they do pack a punch. Able to bring both of Bad Geoffro's villagers down. That's a shame. Bad Geoffro here, I think, wasting time. He should have just been focused on fast castling a lot sooner than sending villagers forwards, wasting them, walling up these resources. It's not going to do that much. I guess against the Mayans, walling up the stone's a big deal. Against the Aztecs, not so much, especially when there's so much stone on this map as well. There's quite a lot of stone sitting around here for Jordan. He's got 1, 2, 3 piles. I thought I saw 4, but either way, it doesn't. He doesn't need that much stone. It's not so important for him. The back of the map here, Riot, though, is getting so wrecked. Villagers just going down one after another. And, he's making as many crossbows as he can here. But without wood, he can't make crossbowmen. Without gold, he can't make crossbowmen. And he is 2-on-1. Bad Geoffro is nowhere in sight. And why is that? Bad Geoffro should have crossbows. Oh, not crossbows. Should have archers over here at the least, but even skirmishers, they would help. But Riot getting 2v1, he's down to 28 eco units, and Jordan 23, Bad Geoffro, both on 40 and 45. Gonna lose most of his army here as well. They're both even on the upgrades. But Doubt going to probably finish these guys off, no problem whatsoever. And for Riot now, he's in such a horrible position that it is basically GG. And there you have it. That was a really, interesting game. I was really rooting for the Warlords there. Their forward aggression was great. Bad Geoffro, though, really losing it that game. Like, he had a nice forward. Bringing in those men-at-arms was good. He won the drush against the Aztecs. That's great. He got those early archers out. But after that, he just crumbled. And, he did not hold this area well enough. Allowing Jordan 23 to wall this up was a big deal. And that obviously, that this kills the forward. These walls, they kill the forward. Bad Geoffrey should have given it up there. He should have fallen back, and he should have fast castled it, in my opinion. But he took so long to get castle. He spent ages just kind of milling around, like trying to tower this, walling up these resources, wasting villager time. He should have coordinated with Riot better, communicated with Riot better. He should have had his army over in Riot's base defending from these crossbows. I mean, even with skirmishers, feudal age skirmishers, once you've got fletching, if you get the archer armor as well, you can reasonably deal with crossbows. I mean, they do a reasonable job. They are a hard counter. So, if Bad Geoffro was over here, Riot maybe wouldn't have lost so much. And that's a shame, because I thought these guys would have had a really good opportunity to win a game there. But the Legends are going to get it once again, and that's going to make it 4-2. After the 6th game right there. We've still got 3 games to go. We're going to be casting all 9 games in this series. But of course, if it is now